Hey, it's Anthony with Land Title. I wanted to bring you the Boulder County market update for the month of February. This is a big one because lots and lots of stuff is changing, and this is a very, very tight market. We have very little inventory on the market, 70% down from where we were last year. That is forcing prices up, and up fast, 26% more than we were at this time a year ago. That inventory shortage is directly responsible for the price appreciation, and somehow, even though we were so low, we have under contract shipped from a month ago up 8%. So that's a good sign. Yes, we're falling short of where we were a year ago for total under contracts, but stay tuned and stay tuned for more inventory, because more inventory is bound to come. We see the bulk of our inventory come on the market from March all the way through October in the Boulder County area. So we've been in the slow season, so don't stress out. Definitely give your buyers some hope that there is hope coming. The detached versus the attached market is not that much different anymore. It's very, very similar. So I'm going to kind of group them all together for you here throughout the whole presentation, just to really kind of hit the highlights and not spend a ton of time on the differences there, because there really aren't any. The attached market is not going to have the potential like it did a year ago, where you could like take a buyer and be like, hey, let's just go look at an attached unit. Maybe you won't have as many offers on it or something like that. They really just need to be part of the conversation together collectively, because at 161 active units in the county, we are in a pinch. And you can see that here. The city of Boulder itself was 75 active units. That represents almost half of that total inventory. So when we get into places like Louisville, Lafayette, Niwot, Superior, Erie, right, we just don't have enough inventory available. And we have an awful lot of buyers that are looking to purchase right now. So it's a good sign for the sellers out there in the market. And here's the main reason that this is the best sellers market that we've ever seen in Boulder County. 0.34 months of inventory. This is the lowest inventory we've ever seen. So if buyers are looking to take advantage of this, definitely pass this along to them, because, or sellers, I'm sorry, if sellers are looking to take advantage of this kind of market, this is a market frenzy where bidding wars are going to be king, right? So any inventory that comes on the market is turning over in about a weekend. There's a spot in this presentation where we'll show you just how fast and how ridiculous that looks by price range. But you can really see it's 75% less inventory, or 70% less inventory than a year ago. It felt fast a year ago. And everything points to this is not going away anytime soon, because it just takes a lot of time for the market to slowly shift. So even if interest rates rise, we just have a really, really tight market. Even if a lot of other stuff happens, for some reason buyers start to, think Colorado isn't the coolest place in the world to live. That creates problems, right? But we're not going to slow this market down anytime soon. Inventory is the key. If you look at days on market, active to under contract in 20 days right now, and this is generally one of the slowest times of year. So watch this trend down all the way into that May, June, July timeframe, where things are moving even faster. But we are turning over in a weekend in most cases. Sometimes not. If you look into Boulder, talking 23 days, so a little bit faster than that. But if you're out in Niwot or Superior or Louisville, you really are talking about a weekend of bidding wars. I mean, that's really what this states. The average for the United States last year, the top markets were 7-8 days in the peak of the market in May. And here we are trending in that direction in our smaller sub-markets. Here we are in February, right? So we're very, very competitive. It might be one of the fastest, hottest markets in the country right now. Now, active and sold tells us a couple of things. The sold data is showing that we're just not keeping up with a year ago, but that's because of the inventory shortage. What is happening is lots of money is coming, high-end luxury is booming. Luxury in itself is just, it's going crazy, right? Has been for a long time, and that's a good sign. That's a really good sign that more money is coming into Boulder County. This is a lot out-of-state money, but that doesn't seem to be like there's a ceiling for this market, right? We see $10 million homes being built. We see the $3+ million market being way better than it's been in years past. But we're also seeing that because of that money coming into the Boulder County market, the bottom end of the market is really evaporating, right? The $300,000 home just doesn't exist anymore. You might be able to get a condo under $400,000, right? And then when you're moving into the $400,000 or $500,000 homes, same thing's happening. Those price points are really getting pushed up. So what used to be a $500,000 home is now a $600,000 home, and we saw that over the course of a year. Expect that to continue and change. Now, here is the interesting part. The month supply of inventory, the days on market, we just don't have enough inventory, and it's from under 2 million on down. We're talking about a week of inventory from 1.5 million and below. We're talking about 1 to 2 months of inventory in the luxury market, which is astronomically low, right? We generally trend at 12 to 18 months at 3+ million. Here we are at 2.5 months. Things are turning over even faster. And when you look at the days on market, month over month, they have trended down 30% in 1 month. So lots of buyers came to market, and they came really in a hurry. So if you're working with buyers, definitely give them the information that we need to act even faster than we would have before. If it comes out on a Wednesday, we need to look at it on Wednesday or Thursday, right? We need to get those offers in early and often, and we need to have our lender partners really help us just give our value proposition, because at this point, the value proposition is one of the hardest things, because there's so many offers coming in and there's so many showings, right? And people are stressed out about the whole situation because it's very rapid. So your job right now is really just to help those buyers understand the urgency in the market, because if we switch over to when we're talking about the list sale price, this is really what represents urgency, because here we are in February and this market is moving like May of last year. May being the fastest month that we've ever seen in the history of Boulder County. 106% listed sale price. We're there in a February. This is going to continue to trend up because we still have buyers entering the market. We're finally going to see some listings, which is going to really help. I'll show you kind of what that's going to look like, but those bidding wars are out of control because of that. If you look from 1 to 1.5 million, we're talking about 109% listed sale price. If you're into some of the other markets like 3+ million, we're seeing those go for over asking price. There is just so much competition from the buy side, but if you're a seller, this is the most amazing market you've ever been in. So get stuff on early before interest rates have a chance to trickle up. We've already seen rates move last week, and that's not going to directly affect interest rates too much, right? But it definitely is part of the conversation that's going to start getting them there. Sold units. So this is what I'm talking about. We are going to be short of our sales in 2022 versus 2021. And you can see because February didn't have enough listings come to market per what we had last year. And you can see that that directly affected the total number of sales. So we're down by 10% year to date right now. I think that's a big important part of the conversation. Boulder represented that year to date change by like 18%. Boulder last year had inventory. This year they do not. And that directly affects how many homes can be sold. And you're seeing it in the two biggest markets. You're seeing it in Boulder and Longmont, both of which represent the bulk of the county. So we're really not seeing enough homes come on, but what we are seeing is we're seeing these sales prices go up very rapidly. So if you have people that were considering selling last year, decided not to pull the trigger on it, and they want to this year, that year-over-year change for the combined market, up $185,000 from this time last year. These are huge numbers, right? Huge increases that are taking place. And over the last 12 months, we've seen about a 22% increase in average sales price across the whole county. Everywhere is getting far more expensive, but this is an excellent time to capitalize if you're a seller. Now, if you're a buyer, you still want to take advantage of this. This market is not coming back down, right? With inflation and everything else going on and the just amazing amount of demand coming to Colorado, specifically in Boulder County, this is still a really good time to purchase a home. So two sides of the coin here. Of course, I'm Anthony with Land Title. If you have any other questions or if you need any other sub-market data, I'll happily get that stuff to you. Just always reach out. See you in the next video.